love it.
Where do you think our current climate is taking us?
Well, that's another thing is when you look at the ocean, that bothers me. What you see going on in the ocean, it's like they said there was this 10-mile wide uh, area out in the middle of the ocean, or something,
Plastic.
with just trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all of the crap that they pour in the ocean, and I mean, the ocean's big.
Mm-hmm.
The world's mostly ocean,
Mm-hmm.
and you pollute that, you're done. It
Mm-hmm.
just, it's just like with the oxygen in the trees and stuff.
We need it.
Yeah, and then they're talking about all this electric stuff, and it's kind of like the grid could never, never handle it.
Yeah.
It's like when there's a catastrophe and everybody's supposed to get out of town. If everybody needs electricity, man, it's
Yeah.
going to be a disaster.
No 3-hour waiting to cross a
Yeah.
bridge, run out of electric. Yeah, it's why my son went dirt biking yesterday, is because he read somewhere that the gas and gas-powered vehicles were probably gonna, not
told me
be
that.
in the
2035.
far future,
Yeah.
and so he needed to go and ride his motorcycle
Before
in
they
the middle
disappear.
of the workday, so that it, yeah, yep. What
Well,
do you
he-
need? I need to go ride it while we use gas.
That's right.
There we go.
He's a conservative.
That's it. That's it. Yep. Exactly.
Right?
It didn't take much to motivate each other to go riding yesterday. So
Yeah.
I always say this is my first child, and then I have 2 more.
yeah.
And he was being the naughty big brother yesterday.
I was tempting him. I was twisting his arm, but it didn't take much.
No, it doesn't
I
take
touched
much.
his arm. He's like, "Okay, I'll go."
Yeah.
All right, let's go. You only live once, right?
Yep. So
Yeah.
what's your favorite color?
Color?
Yeah,
What color are my eyes?
blue.
Yeah.
You have great.
Yeah.
Blue eyes.
Blue's my favorite color. What's yours?
Did girls already tell you that I was like, oh, your eyes are so pretty and stuff when you were growing up?
Yeah. No, not really. I mean, they're just blue.
No, they're like good blue.
I know, but they're just blue. Not like
Oh. And
Oh.
then, what's your
they're
favorite?
just blue.
What's your favorite food?
Food?
Just food.
Anything
okay?
edible?
Right.
I don't know. I like Italian food.
Hmm. No Polish food.
Yeah, good Polish food. I said that's if it's food.
Do you ever tell Polak jokes?
Oh yeah. We used to always, you always change the Polak jokes to Italian jokes.
You
know.
did?
Yeah, you can convert them over to the Polacks and the Italians always like to trade those jokes.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore.
No, can't say anything. Everything's very
It's a-
sensitive
It's
nowadays.
a world missed. Yeah, you got lucky. You were in the world where you could still joke with each other.
I still tell them they don't like it. They can kiss my big ass. I don't buy into that crap. It's like this gender stuff. That's all garbage to me. And you'll cancel me. Yeah. What are you going to cancel me from?
Yeah, you're gonna take down your
know,
Instagram account or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not a nice person. Well, that's too bad, ain't it? That's another thing. You don't pay my bill, so I don't really care. I got that attitude early on it's like I pay my bills and I worry about me. You don't pay my bills, so you know. And the thing is, like my mom, when you're a kid, they say stick and stone break your bones. Names will never hurt you. And I take that to heart. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah, you hit me with a stick, you got problems. But words, I mean, they used to call me names all the time. Used to call me a little, what do they call me, a DP,
What's that
a
mean?
dumb Polak. It's supposed to be displaced person, I guess, but it's like, yeah. Well, I used to wear sandals when I was little. Yeah, and shorts. Just a cute little boy.
I bet you're adorable as a little kid, like 4 or 5 years old, the blue eyes and bow-legged.
I don't know.
Do you have pictures?
Probably somewhere.
I've never seen pictures of you when you were young. Can you bring them?
Yeah, I'll see if I can scrounge some up.
That'd be funny to see.
I got one in a diaper standing on a pier. Yeah, I'm about this high, and I got on this T-shirt and a diaper, and I'm standing on a pier in Wisconsin on my grandma and grandpa's place. Yeah, that was, and then my brother and sister. I don't know. I guess I have some. I'm not sure. I'll have
I want to see.
to look and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna
You
see.
got any of you when you were little?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you were baptized?
Yes. He knows my baptism story. I went to go get baptized and I just didn't know. And I was from California and, you know,
Should have been a bikini.
100%
Did
way
you
too
really?
small of a bathing suit. So no one tells me. You know, I just know this person's going on the water that is forgiven of much stuff. And this new beginning is just, I can't even believe that I can have that, right? And so, yeah, I show up with my beach cover up on, you know, because that beach cover up, I'm from California, and I have my swimsuit on because you're going in water. Big hoop earrings, big red lipstick, eyelashes. The bangs were all big, they could blow in the wind, you know. And I was first. And so my sister and the pastor, I'm going to go out in the water. While I'm getting in the water, I take off my swimsuit cover. It's just way too small of a swimsuit. And we go out and they baptize me and come back up, and I'm so thankful that my makeup still looks good. And and we get out, and you know, they just hugged me and wrapped me in a towel, and not one person judged and condemned me, and that was the beginning of my walk.
Yeah.
And so just
That's
a precious,
amazing.
precious time. Then the next person went in, they like had a sheet thing on, and I'm like, huh. The next one like had a blanket thing. Why are they wearing blankets over their clothes to get baptized? And then at the picnic, they like do a description of, you know, what happened. I'm like, someone could have told me I wasn't supposed to take my stuff off. And that's when I learned we're not supposed to cause other men to stumble, and that is for inside your marriage and the covenant that is there. And I always joke that my baptism was a country dance. Hoe down, hoe down.
Or washing that harlot right off of you, huh?
It came back up.
Oh,
Yeah.
going down.
Yep. So I was baptized as a baby, Catholic, and had my godmother. And then I think I was 33 when I started reading the Bible and walking with the Lord. And those are some of my favorite conversations with you because you have all of that spiritual experience and you always have a perspective that's a little bit different than mine. And if you weren't sharing it with me, I wouldn't have it and I wouldn't know it. And it's one of the things I'm most thankful for. Because sometimes I can go in my own way and then someone else comes in, you're like, oh, different way might be a little bit better.
Well, I ain't no saint. I mean, you know.
No, you're not.
I can become one.
No way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you always work to be the best person you can be, and sometimes I have to redo that.
I need a do-over.
Well, let's start over. You know, not complete, but
Yeah.
you know, it's what is that saying? It says there's two things in life: is that you're the person you are now, and the person you'll be when you learn something.
Ooh.
You know, and it's like, yeah. And there again, it's like every day we change, we grow. Nothing's static in this world. So you got to keep growing with it. It's like the technology now is, you know, I used to look at it and think, man, this stuff is lightning. You know, boom, there it is. Now it's like, come on, let's go. It's even faster now, but you get used to everything. And your kids are growing up in this technology. So it's got to be a whole different world.
It really is. It's really interesting to help them navigate a lot of these things socially, and then just how they connect and communicate on these devices and such, and trying to put in those moral barriers of, okay, here's not how to react or how you should react and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
It's challenging.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, especially with the internet nowadays, I can imagine how you just really got to be on top of everything because there's so many ways that they try to get to your kids.
Yeah.
You know, that's, and the thing is how amazing the internet is. and yet how destructive it is.
It's the law of polarity, right? Something that
Yeah,
could be the greatest blessing can also be the greatest curse.
It's so sad because it's like, can you imagine if we just used the internet for good? Wow, what a world this would be.
Yep.
But again, we were talking. See, again, the thing is like, if you don't have faith, if you don't believe in a creator and God and Jesus and stuff, then you're materialistic. You know, because it's about having things.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is you never have enough. And then when you do get something, you want something bigger, better, or newer. Even if it's the same thing. Even buying a new car, it's new for what?
Yeah.
To the first payment? Yeah, you know, and these billionaires. But then there's that power thing. You know, they want to rule the world. And in life, it's like, I don't know, just worrying about yourself and people around you is a big enough job.
Yeah.
You know, and the internet, like I said, if I had the internet when I was a kid, I would still been screwed up. Yeah, you know, because I was telling him, I wasn't, I was a slow learner, and in a lot of ways I still am. You know, my comprehensions is fairly good, but I can't. That's another thing I was going to talk about. Is that if you learn your pace, you know what I mean? Everybody, you have a pace, and if you learn what that pace is, and move through life at that pace, life is really smooth.
I like that.
But if you're going too fast for your pace, or too slow for the pace that you're competent in, it's going to be a hassle, you know. And I think I learned my pace. You know, it's really slow.
I like that though.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that's so true. Because I mean, it's like, you know, the rush hour traffic, and if everybody's going 85 miles an hour, but you like cruising at 35, you know, it's gonna create some issues, right? And
But a lot of that is, you know, planning. People just don't plan for. If you got to be someplace, they think, well, you know, half hour, and then they get out there, and it's like, oh man, I got to be there in 5 minutes. I'm still half hour away. And then they try to negotiate through, even in a meeting, and so many things in life. If you, like they say, if you don't write it down, you're not going to accomplish it. And if you do write it down, your chances of accomplishing it are 80, 90% better. You know, but all of these things, what do they teach kids in school? You know, I didn't learn this in school. I learned everything outside of school, in the School of Hard Knocks and in reading.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so grateful that I've realized that books were learning tools in a big way. Because I can remember when I was young, I thought, wow, how do you learn all of these rules in life? You know, it seemed like there was this book of rules that you had to learn and remember all of these rules. And I thought, that, you know, that's what I had to do. It's like if you're learning math, you got to remember all this stuff and add on to it. And then you realize that, no, you just got to be able to know where to find it, you know? Because I used to say, why do I have to remember all this test stuff, man? I know where the answer is, you know? And the thing is, if I use it enough, well, then, you know, I'll have it on the tip of my fingers. But until I do, I need to know where the answer is.
Yeah.
So I found a lot of that in books, I guess. If you have a problem, good friends, I think if you have a really good friend, you don't need a therapist.
Thank you.
You know, really. Yeah, for me. Because that's where I get a lot of learning from. And again, like in learning, it's like in the book we're reading him, you know, is about connecting. It's about one talks, one listens. You know, it's just like what you do. You know, you either talk or you listen. And if you're listening, don't be waiting to talk because you're not listening. But I think it's easy to communicate with people when you do that. When you just listen to what they're saying, you know. And then there's that part where now this is what you said, and, you know, and how did that make you feel? But there's a lot of truth to that. People don't listen the way they should.
Selective hearing.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that too. Speaking of listening, I was sick the other day.
Yeah, what happened?
Really. I think I had food poisoning. But anyway, I put my hearing aids on my table next to my chair, and I ended up knocking one of them off, and I stepped on it. So I only got one ear.
Oh no!
So if I'm looking over here,
I can't hear anything.
Lead with your ear.
yeah,
Oh.
just the one. The other one is it's not working.
Well, thank you for coming and doing this with us.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Just because when we're together, you always listen to me. And I have just always wanted to just sit for an hour and listen to you. And you just gave me one of the best gifts you ever could have given me.
Oh, I appreciate it.
So thank you.
I didn't realize I could talk that much.
It's amazing what happens when a microphone goes in front of your face. huh?
Well, I guess it's when you're asked the questions, because what it said is if somebody wants you to talk, they'll ask you.
Mhm.
You know, it's like if nobody asks you to talk, don't talk.
Well, Bobski, it's been a fun journey, and many years to come, and many more experiences and books to read and stories
Yep.
to review and things to listen to. And but thank you for being a part of this whole experience for a very long time, and being part of her life, my life, and all the lives that you've touched. And that's why
thank
we
you.
had you on the show today.
I appreciate both of you.
Yeah.
You know, you're important to me too, and that it's been a great experience knowing you, and a lot of laughs. You know, it's like you guys have a good sense of humor.
Thank goodness, right?
Yeah, you know,
It's
and
a little naughty every once in a while.
and sometimes we have tempers.
Well, Bobski, it's been a joy to have you on the Spotlight Show, where we put the spotlight on you. And Susan, any final thoughts or words for you?
I would just say thanks for being a part
Yeah,
of my journey.
thank you.
It wouldn't be one without you. You're one of my best parts.
Yeah. Oh, don't cry.
Well, that concludes this episode of the Signature Studio Spotlight Series with Mr. Bobski, Susan Ebert, and John Butler, the bald guy in the red tie, saying, see you in escrow. Bye.